There is only one gift left to give. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Brendan. That is it. Christmas in July is coming to an end. Thank you all for participating and following me on this crazy journey. 15 videos in July. It's been a busy one, and I feel like I've saved the best gift for last. It's actually an item that I'm going to pull out of my inventory and then gift to you. I had it listed for $250. I think it's a banger. Let's go shop, and then let's go open that last gift. I really cannot believe that July is basically over at this point. I was extremely busy. Aside from doing 15 videos in July, I had two very important birthdays to prepare for in the background, plus obviously running the eBay portion of this business or this experiment, and I'm actually at the most listings I have ever carried. So I was very, very busy in July, and I just always want to use this for you as motivation to tell you that it's possible, you can do it, you can succeed, you can do all of these things and not burn out. So let's get into some of the sourcing here real quick. This was a really high quality bag. Feel, I'd like to the feel, to the touch. CompuTouch by Hit. I looked it up and I really couldn't find anything. It's super disappointing because that was a quality bag, but I'm gonna leave that thing behind. I am going to grab a few things here that I wouldn't normally pick up here. First thing, this frosted glass, like, I think they're calling it brushed satin. The brand is Lumisource on this lamp. And so you touch the base and it has 3 settings. Obviously it works fine. For $8, they sold these on Amazon and it looks like there were a ton of reviews on it. And so I don't think this is like really easy to get on the internet anymore. I like the style. It's very modern. But that lampshade was sort of the deciding factor for me to grab it. I will be able to ship this actually pretty easily because the base is super thin. You just have to be very careful with the top of it. But I think I can get $80 for that. I think it retailed maybe around $85, $90. And again, the fact that this probably be pretty hard at this point to find on the internet is the reason I'm definitely going to grab it. I'm also going to grab another lamp. And this, I believe, is a Target threshold lamp. I think the model number, I don't remember exactly, TXG21870 I think is what it was. And it's got like, is that an Edison style light bulb? I'm not exactly sure. At any rate, this thing works also. It has a very like modern feel to it as well. Almost slightly vintage modern. I think the style is in right now. And this is another one that's probably not really easy to find. That's just a bubble in the glass. That's not a crack. They want $10 for this one, and I'm pretty convinced I can get $60 for that one as well. So 2 lamps back to back, something I wouldn't normally pick up. So now is the time, I think, if we're putting buyer's choice sort of on the back burner, definitely start looking at these little figures. I'm going to put some comps on the screen of just some of the ones that have sold recently for a high dollar amount. They want $5 for this little fella. It looks like he's holding Noah's Ark. It said it was a child with toy. I only see one sold in the last 90 days, but I saw, just using buyer's choice Noah's Ark, there were like 30 or 40 listed. So I'm feeling like that would have been a bad buy at $5, even though I do like buyer's choice figures. I'm going to pass on that one because the numbers are making me hesitate. I feel like with 30 or 40 of them listed using the Noah's Ark keyword, that should be at least more than one sale in the last 90 days, even though we're out of season. So I'm going to leave that behind. Bolo alert here for these Nike water shoes. These are vintage, and I know, like, once you look at the tag, you might get the impression that they're fake. But this is definitely real Nike right here. See that tag? It almost looks like just a little generic tag. They are real, but they're missing the insoles. But if they had been included with the shoe, you're probably looking at $30 to $40 for those water shoes. Even in with August upcoming, I would have picked those up. But I'm going to leave them behind because they don't have the insoles, so there's nothing I can do about it. But that was definitely authentic Nike. This is another item here that if you're comfortable with the price that you're going to pay, grab it. This is a Lefton Lighthouse Bodie Island from 1993. I'll plug it in here in a second just to make sure this works, but these are the types of things I don't normally pick up, but it's like the lamp section is just really pumping out the goods right now. So it's going to cost me $9. It's a little bit on the high side. And then when I was going in to do some comp research in the store, I saw at least two that had sold in like the $25 range, but I think over the span of 2 years, this has sold for much higher than that. Looks like it works great, which is amazing. I checked like the base, the top, looked for chips, cracks, couldn't see anything. This thing was in really nice condition. You can see it still has that little hang tag to it. So I think I'm gonna list mine for 30. I don't think that's unreasonable. I mean, sure, it's $9, but I feel like that's a $5 item in most stores. And then I'm going to grab this. We're going to test this at home and see if this thing works. TS8220, this Canon printer. These things are bangers. So if that thing works and it's going to cost me $20, I'm going to list it for $130. And if it doesn't, I think within my window to return it. So we'll find out if that works here in just a second. Moved over to another store, but boy, I'll tell you, this was a stretch just finding this one item, and it even has a little bit of damage to it. Cotopaxi is a brand that I like to source for resale, more the clothing than anything, but this is like a magenta tumbler, 17 ounce. It only cost me $2, and yes, it has the damage. I'm really just playing on the fact that the brand is popular right now, and I think that magenta color will sell it. Those tumblers are not really that exciting. I'll put some comps on the screen for you, but at most, I think I can get $15. I'll disclose the damage, but I think the color and the fact that it's just that brand will sell it. But like I said, it's more the sweaters, the jackets from Cotopaxi. Their bags are very colorful, so look out for the brand if you've never heard from it. This thing here, I think I might have overpaid for. They're asking $10 for it. The Instax Mini 9. Prices confused me, although it's a very hot seller, so it's great for resale, but I think me paying $10 is a little bit too much, so I think I might just be aggressive and price it at $25 and get it out of the way. But again, I've seen some, and I think maybe the color matters with that. There's the green, there's ice blue, there's pink that sell in like the $40 range, so it's another one where maybe if you're getting it for $5, that would be a little bit better of a price. But they definitely sell, like they're quick sellers, and it's one of those bolo items that is like really popular. So not tons of inventory, but lots of sales to go on. So that color was white smoke gray, something like that. I don't know. Probably overpaid for it at $10. I'll price it at $25. We'll move it, and we'll move on to something I've never seen before, a cigarette injector. I didn't know these things existed. So PowerMate 2 cigarette injector. And it's, I think, fairly priced at $6. There are enough sold comparables for me to pull the trigger. I don't know how you test an item like this, but I will be sure to figure it out when I get home. But at $6, I think this is a $50 item for me. So I took a quick glance at it here, and I have yet to at least even like plug it in and test. I don't know what you do with it, but I'm not a smoker, so I'm not familiar with things like that. But enough sold comparables. I'm going to take that home. Tools, there might be something in there that's worth money. I can't even really tell on that red tag what they were asking for in that box, but I'm gonna pass on the tools. I really did want to pick up this Coach bag. This was really nice, rubbery. I don't know what the material is here on this bag, but I'm gonna, what is the model number? F27349. I'll put some comparables on the screen. Some solds that have happened in the last 90 days. But when I looked at the handle, and I know some of you would pick this up even with that little bit of handle damage, but it's starting to come apart right there. And then I had seen it coming apart on some of the other parts of the handle. You can see it on the opposite one here. That's probably a little bit too much damage for me. I know those things can probably be repaired, and some people would still pick that up, but I'm kind of afraid bags and that type of thing is not really my strong suit, so I'm just going to leave those behind. I'll grab these at regular price though, $5.50, size 6 Tory Burch, 2 double banded jelly flats. They're like navy blue, and they're in pretty decent shape here. When I did my comp research, I saw a lot of the orange ones coming up in like the $50 range. I've seen some black and some navy, all priced at around like $40 to $50, $60, a little bit higher on Etsy and Poshmark. I'm just gonna call it $40, I think, and be done with it. And we're getting out of season, so not a big deal here. But the last item that I am going to source in the month of July is going to be a Patagonia sweatshirt. I think this is called Anya. It's a crew neck, women's, size small, and I like the color. I think they call this color Harvest Blue. That's a $30 sweatshirt, probably going to cost me $5. And as luck would have it, that is not fancy editing. That really was the last item that I found in the store, in this trip, on this day, July 31st. That is it. All right, so nothing going on the dresses here. Let's go home and test that Canon. Let's see what this print looks like. So it's Hello Kitty, right? You see that? But it prints fine. It just looks like the ink is out. So I think we're okay. It's just a little bit low on all of the inks, but this thing popped out. I mean, I feel like it's working properly. So I guess that's a good sign. We got a really nice belt to give away in this one here. That Coach belt, brand new. And I think, like, what did I say? 70 bucks on that is what the comps looked like if you were going to resell it, but probably one you could also keep, brand new. Did I do the math right? I always, the thing goes so fast. How many comments did we get this time? 290 for that one. That's amazing. You guys are always spectacular. And who is going to win the belt? It is going to be Lori Riley. Congratulations. Too bad the Pokemon stuffies were damaged. I try to go with the flow and not let little waves of life get to me. I think it's a great sort of life lesson for everybody. Take it as it comes. And you're right, those Pokemon plush, they could be, I'm going to end up redonating them, but you could sell them in lots, maybe for a little bit of a different price. I had some pretty good suggestions on what to do with it, but I'm going to give them back to the thrift stores and let them deal with that. Lori, congratulations. Send me your details at dadplanetofficial@gmail.com, and I will get that in the mail to you just as soon as I can. Congrats. All right, darling. We got one gift left. This is it. Tomorrow's August. You believe it's already over? Isn't this crazy? There we go. This is what happens when Dad wraps it. The tissue paper doesn't match, but that's okay. What do you have here? Beautiful, but can you hold this up for me?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. This is a Tory Burch Marion bag. This bag is extremely beautiful. I sourced this at a garage sale. Bye. Thanks, Glenn. See you later. And I had this listed for $250, so totally up to you what you do with it, but I thought this bag was absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to give it away to a subscriber as the last gift for Christmas in July. I have two questions for you in this one. You can answer any one of them, or just leave a comment in general if you can't answer these two questions. But do you have a favorite beverage? The reason I ask this is because my favorite, I think far and away, is coffee. And a thing to know about me is something a lot of people don't know is, even though I love coffee, I barely ever drink my full cup that I brew in the morning. Or do you have a morning ritual? If you have a morning ritual, share it with us. So I have this thing where I get up extremely early, like around 5 a.m. To 6 a.m., somewhere in there. I head down to the coffee machine, brew the coffee, take those first couple of sips, which are always so divine. But I'm more addicted, I think, to the process of walking down to the machine and making coffee, more so than I am the actual drink. So what's your favorite beverage? When do you like to enjoy it? Do you have a morning ritual? Share any and all of that in the comments. Let's get as many as we can in this video. And that closes out Christmas in July. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. This was extremely fun. And I hope those of you that enjoy your items, but we've got one thing left to give away, and it's the Tory Burch. Brendan here, Dad Planet, the one-man show. I am out, and we will see you all in August.